Hello there. So in this video we're going to talk about the logging into MLS, few of the tasks we do in the MLS, for example, adding a listing, creating a listing, and editing it as and when needed. And also we will talk about searching for properties for a buyer based on specific needs. So the username, which you'll find in the user login information document in Google Drive, is PWCHANAM. The password right now is Keller, WIL number 1. And Keller has capital K, ELLER, WILL number 1. Okay, so we'll hit sign in. Once we hit sign in, we're gonna get to the home screen tab here, and we're gonna go into access the CRMLS matrix. Okay, and we will click here. This will bring us to the home page. So once we get logged in, there is few things we use on an everyday basis. We do a residential detail to search for homes for a buyer. Then if we need to add a new listing, we will go into add, edit. We're going to do add new if we are adding a new listing. So if we are adding a new listing and if it's a residential listing, we will hit residential. If it's an income properties are that have 2 homes on one lot, or they have 3 homes on one lot or have 4 homes. So anything that is more than 1 up to 4 will go on residential income. If we are adding a lease, we use this one, but mostly we will use residential. Once in a while we have an income property that we're going to be listing, and that's what we will use. So let's focus on residential. The best way to do this is, always when you look at a property and say, if this is the property we are talking about, 11715 Capri Drive, Whittier, if this was like a test listing, so this is in Los Angeles County as it shows on top over there. So we will select Los Angeles. We will go into the listing. We will select the assessor's parcel number, APN, which stands for assessor's parcel number. So every property has a number. This is the number. It's known as APN. So we will take this number, copy it, and we will paste it over here and hit enter. Moment you hit enter, it will pull up the details of the property. If you notice, it says 11715 Capri. That's the best and the easiest way to add a new listing. And we click fill. So it will fill a lot of the information. So like, for example, anything you see in yellow out here is what needs to be filled. All these information needs to be filled. Anything in white right here is not required. It's not compulsory, but there are certain items we recommend doing it. Say if the price of the home is, just for the sake of doing it, 500,000. You will get the pricing from the contract, from the paperwork, or from me. So it says Los Angeles, city is Whittier. It says Whittier. So you basically go with a lot of information you will get from the MLS. Directions, you will go on Google and type in the cross streets, like use 2 left lanes towards Alicia Parkway, turn right on Geronimo. So all this information you can get from Google Maps. Put in the address and get directions from the office or any nearby place, and then take the last 2 turns and put it in here, copy paste them here. So land lease is mostly no, and here's how you will find if it has a land lease. It will tell you right here what kind of property it is. It's a single family residence, lot dimensions, building square feet, and all these things. A lot of information you will get. Okay, And so you will go back on the matrix, you will type in structure type. It's a single family, right? We looked on top, so it's single family. House. So we'll select house. Which is the closest match to this? Year bill source is usually assessor, because this is the records of the assessor. The realist is assessor's tax records. Also the same thing. So type of sale is standard. Unless you are told it's an auction or something else, we will let you know. So beds, we don't know sometimes what the beds are. We may, if this seems 3 and 4, this seems wrong. So we will ask the seller, and what, how many beds you have. If they tell us it's 5, we will put 5, and we'll add the baths and so on and so forth. And this information also you will get from me. I would have gone to the property and I would give you some details as to what the specifications are. Senior community, yes or no, we always select. HOA, if there is one, if there is none, then we choose that. Least considered, no. Levels 1, 2, 3. So all this information you will get from notes from me, or from, basically you'll get them from me in my notes when I sign a listing. So then we will go into description, features. All the features, if we look at, all these will also come from my notes. Land terms, a lot of this information like tax lot number, number of units, tract number, all this you will get from here. If you look here, so we will be able to look at all the information, tax lot number, the square footage, stories, bedrooms out here, the year. A lot of information is all right over here in lot 97, the tax area, whatever information is required in here. If there are any special assessments are like taxes. If there are any taxes, we will see them in here. Like it says total of special assessments 784. So we can always add it in there that there are special assessments, or unknown. It's a safe option. So that's this way. The agent has to do the due diligence. High school, we always want to look up high school. If we don't know what the high school is, we can go on this website, greatschools.org. So when you go on this website, you can put in the address of the property, whatever the address is, the 11 something Capri Street, 11715 Capri Drive, Whittier, California, 11715 CAPRIDR WHITTIER. And this tells us what schools are there and what is the rating and other stuff on it. And this kind of gives us an idea of what the ratings are, 5, 6, 10. But we don't care about the ratings. It's so much for buyers and sellers. What we do want to know, which is the assigned elementary school, which is the high school, and we can input those school information then out over here. What school district it is, and what is the high school, what is the middle school. And listing terms is always mostly cash, conventional, and stuff like that. So basically we are filling in all these information. This is a buy agency commission. If it's 2% or 2.5%, this is the commission that I am giving out to another agent per my contract with the seller. So buy agency is in percentage, variable rate, no. Listing contract will be the contract that you have and the date it was signed. Expiration, listing service, listing agreement, and all these things, on first time we can do one together. And then showing instructions, I recommend going into one of my previous listings and copy pasting and editing the language here. And once all this is filled out, including this part needs to be filled out, the private remarks. So once all this is filled out, we will complete depending on how we are showing, what's the lockbox, and And if we are doing any open house, if we are doing any open house, we will add it here. We will save as incomplete. Always we will save as incomplete till you've done about 5 or 10 of them, and then I will go back, review them, and I will hit the submit button. So just remember, once you filled out all the important parts here on top, you will save as complete, as incomplete, sorry, save as incomplete, and let me know that I can review them. Then within 24 hours, we will review. Either I will submit them or you will submit them. Hope that helps. So this was a little quick tutorial on how to create and add a listing in the MLS. So if you notice, I hit the home screen, then I hit the add edit, and anytime I can save it and come back and continue my work, just so you know. Okay, now if I am doing a residential detail for a search for a buyer, so when I'm searching for properties for a buyer, I'll click on residential detail. I need to, when I'm searching for a home that is on the market, and the buyer is looking for a single family, or they might be looking for a condominium, or they might be looking for a condominium and a townhouse, or they're just looking for single family. So what I'm going to do is I'm looking for active. If I know the city, which I will know once I talk to them, so I will click on this. And if my buyer is looking in Anaheim Hills, and if we are looking for a price point of 600 to 800, and if we are looking for any other criteria, like what is the living area, say 2000 plus, the buyer says I want a house bigger than 2000, I want at least 2 plus garages, or I want a house built 2000 or plus. So if all those criterias, depending on what search it brings, I will create that. If the buyer says I want 1995, and see, it brings me one home search. And that's basically how you search a buyers. If I need to edit the criteria here, I can hit edit. I can change the price criteria. I can do it by bedrooms and bathrooms. I can do it by the living area. Say I want to do 1500 plus. Or if I want to change something else. So this is how basically we will create a search. That's basically two most used things. One is to adding a home in the MLS for selling purposes, and if we are working with a buyer and we need to send them some homes, we will come here and we will do some search. There is also a really good resource on crmls.org that has some videos to watch to learn about the MLS. So when you go under education, and some quick search, if you want to do quick search, if you want to print a listing for a buyer, I would recommend coming on this website on crmls.org and watch a few videos, and on training, and under knowledge base, going in there and looking at, there are a lot of videos, like some of the ones I would recommend is watching the videos for so like matrix listing management. You may watch matrix management, matrix CMAs. There are a few videos that are pretty handy, or we can create some more and let you know if you want to go into more specific tasks. But most importantly, the task I need is for you to know completely how to add a listing, and you will find videos over here, like say if you do add a listing, it will bring you some videos out here. So MLS, if the one to add the listing would be matrix. And how to activate auto emails. There are some, good ones here that I would spend a little time in learning these videos. That's pretty much it as far as MLS is concerned. And once we add a search and we can save it as a favorites, they will show up here. If there are any clients that we have that we want to look at, this is where we would look at. Okay, and that's all I got. So watch this video in regards to some basics on MLS, and also refer to the CRMLS knowledge, and go on to and watch some videos over there as well. Okay, thank you so much.